How do you approach stock picking?
To understand that, you need to understand a little bit about the starting point of our process. So as you interview other asset managers, they probably talk to you about bottom-up investing. Bottom-up meaning company by company. We look at the companies and they teach us how the world's going to work. We don't do that. We actually start from the top down. And we are as bottom-up stock research driven as any other team you'll find out, but our starting point is top down. What does that mean? We center our research around something called Wright's Law. And when we hear of a new technology, so I mentioned the 5 platforms, they involve 14 different technologies. So when we're looking at a new technology, and this is all we do, so we better find these technologies as they are evolving. We will take a look at it and say, okay, how quickly are the costs associated with this technology going to fall? And there's a very predictable way to find that out. So have you heard of Moore's Law in the semiconductor space?
That's the halving thing or the doubling?
It's twice the power at the same cost every 18 months to 2 years. Roughly, that's very roughly it. So that is a function of time, every 18 months to 2 years. So it's worked extremely well in the semiconductor industry until recently. Now semiconductors are hitting up against the laws of physics. And so what's working better is what we use for every technology. And it's called Wright's Law, W-R-I-G-H-T. Theodore Wright was a civil aeronautics engineer in the early days of airplane manufacturing. And he just happened to notice, as he analyzed the costs, that for every cumulative doubling in the number of airplanes produced, there was a cost decline consistent. Today, we can do that for all the sequencing technologies, DNA, RNA, protein. We can do that for robotics, blockchains, artificial intelligence, energy storage, robotics. And we have a number associated with each one. And what we have to do is say, okay, as the units go up and the costs come down, when will those costs and lower prices open up this technology to a whole new sector, especially the consumer? And so that is what we do. And as we're doing the work, looking at this new technology and trying to figure out that cost decline, we do a lot of our research in social media. We're putting questions out there, or we're putting our research out there saying, hey, this is what we're finding out. Anybody know anything about this? And we'll get CEOs calling in of companies who are in the space. That is very often how we find new companies. We're starting this top-down research, and that we have a dialogue going out there. So. And we also have brainstorms. We have a brainstorm every Friday, and that will be where all of our analysts will be getting together. And about half of the people on the call are outside. They're outside of ARC, but they're passionate about innovation, and they're willing to spend 2 hours every Friday brainstorming. And very often we will get an idea, just like,